Today we're going to make some noise before we get anywhere near a shotgun. This string of bangers is hopefully going to keep those pigeons moving around the farm and deny them a quiet place to settle away from our hide.
You can buy these, we get them from our local agricultural supplier. They usually go off about every 20 minutes, half hour. Depends on the wind and where you put them really. I usually put them back out the wind so they don't burn too quick. Sometimes I even cut them in half, cut the strings in half. So, I just cut the strings in half so and hang them up together so that they go off more regularly, or have two strings running. But today we were not going to need the whole string, so I should probably cut off the bottom 4 off the bottom, and that'll keep us going for the couple of 3 hours that we'll be shooting. So, but you always must remember keep them dry, otherwise they don't start. And you just want to hold it into the wind to make sure it does get going. You see it's glowing now, it's getting up there, it's getting a bit of an ash on there. The plan is to get over the other side and get set up before the banger starts going off.
Of course, you should never hang a string of explosives near any footpaths or public rights of way. Andy recommends that you never use them in the summer when the vegetation is dry. He's got enough to deal with without setting his crops on fire. With the charges set, it's time to get ready on the wheat field beneath some favoured city trees, and for a change he's using a mix of decoys.
No, I don't tend to use these. I always use fresh, but there's not all the time. People haven't always got fresh. But I've been given these by A1 decoys. They're flock coated, and to tell the truth, they don't look too bad. The problem with old plastic decoys, they used to shine all the time. But as you can see with these, they got like a velvety feel to them. One thing I will say, you wouldn't want to get them dirty, and you wouldn't want to just chuck them in a bag with dirty sticks and that. You want to keep them, you want to look after them. They're the sort of decoy you want to look after, but they do look real. I'll put some out amongst the real ones just because they're a bit lighter than the real ones, and they just, hopefully they'll see them a bit better. But no, I'm quite impressed with them.
With a distant boom going off every 30 minutes or so, the woodies are being pushed around, but so far they're not decoying well. The stock doves, on the other hand, are coming in a treat.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of stock doves coming in here. They're seed-eating birds, so they're probably just coming in here to pick up the last chips of these acorns. So there's been quite a few of them here, but there's been a lot of pigeons here. The pigeons, they've been a bit scarce today. A bit of a Mark Gilchrist day today. Haven't shot too many. Rock doves is another one that's protected. I dare say there'll be someone that would tell me otherwise, but they are protected. But there's not the numbers of those as there is of wood pigeons. Where wood pigeons you get thousands of them, you probably get 20 or 30 stock doves on a field.
Andy doesn't just shoot, he enjoys another great passion of mine, fishing. And he's off for the first day of the trout season at nearby Buell Water, the reservoir of choice if the news wants to show how little rain we've had.
Hopefully we shouldn't get pestered by bank anglers, because they won't be able to wade through them.
No. It's more drought than trout.
Yeah. Do you go up there often?
You are?
Do you fish up there often?
No, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
I ain't rich like you. 65 quid for a boat, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a fair old wodger dosh.
Yeah.
When you think, like, my favourite water up north is 3 quid for a day ticket, and me and a mate have caught over 100 trout before lunch there before.
What was that with a net?
No, he was called Alistair. There's plenty more where that came from. Anyway, back to the pigeons, and Crowman shifts up a gear. The speed and agility of these birds means most shots are a challenge, especially when you're leaving them late for the camera. Andy nearly takes this one on the chin, and when they're coming in at that speed, they can really hurt.
I take it you got that one, Dave.
With birds on the ground, but with no dog by his side, Andy unleashes his other pedigree retriever.
Best dog I've ever had.
Incredibly, many pigeons are still feeding on acorns, which would normally have been hoovered up before Christmas. At least for the moment, it's diverting their attention away from the crops, but that won't last for very much longer.